The once peaceful rainforests of Indonesia are now scenes of heated confrontation. On one side are the forestry and plantation operators, large commercial enterprises linked to powerful international corporations. They claim to be alleviating widespread poverty. Or perhaps they're just trying to make as much money as quickly and as easily as they can. On the other side are the environmental activists, well-funded and highly skilled at media promotion and campaigning. These national and international organizations insist that they are struggling to protect a global carbon storehouse. Or, some believe, they're just trying to raise as much money as they can. Caught in the middle of this war of words between big forestry and big conservation is the orangutan. With their abundance of fruits, leaves and insects, the lowland forests and peatlands of Sumatra and Borneo are the habitat of this great ape. Exceptionally rich in biodiversity, lowland tropical rainforests are essential carbon storehouses. Peatlands, where the highest densities of orangutan are found, are amongst the most important carbon sinks on the planet. This global heritage is disappearing at an alarming rate. Peatlands that have taken millennia to build are destroyed in days. Many researchers consider the orangutan to be the most intelligent non-human primate. Perhaps an orangutan is smart enough to understand why his forest home is being devastated. If so, he'd be a step ahead of his human cousins, who remain bogged down in denial or endless debate. On paper, the home of the orangutan is fully protected. Decades ago, the Indonesian government set aside a portion of the nation's forests for wildlife conservation. In addition, logging is strictly controlled in old-growth forests and in areas rich in peat. Ironically, the countless reams of paper used to draft these regulations were probably themselves produced using illegal wood products. Driven by short-term economic necessity, political expediency and naked greed, lowland forests are vanishing. Perhaps the most tragic and senseless consequence is the annihilation of the orangutan. As the rainforest vanishes, surviving orangutans must try to forage in the farms and plantations that replace it. If detected, they are shot or poisoned. Abandoned logging roads allow access into once remote forest enclaves. Hunters kill mothers and take their offspring into captivity and eventual sale. If the orangutan had shorter arms and less body hair, the current extermination of the species would be more correctly termed genocide. Researchers estimate that the killing fields of the Indonesian rainforest will claim their final victim in less than 20 years. Orangutan means person of the forest in the Indonesian language. Sharing the orangutan's home are some other people of the forest. Indigenous peoples who have lived in harmony with the rainforest for millennia. Despite laws protecting Aboriginal rights and traditions, loss of habitat is driving the forest-dependent peoples of Sumatra and Borneo from nomadic self-sufficiency to rural poverty. A life of misery and neglect on the margins of the disappearing forest. Only a halt to this willful destruction will save the people of the forest. Saving the orangutan from extinction and respecting the traditions of the indigenous peoples would have additional benefits. We would also be saving ourselves from environmental catastrophe. Rainforest clearance, fires and peat drainage release gigatons of stored carbon into the atmosphere, making deforestation one of the most significant factors in global climate change. To save the orangutan, indigenous peoples and ourselves, we need only take greed and short-term economic gain out of the equation. As the orangutan and other people of the forest well know, the value of preserving their homelands as carbon sinks far outweighs the short-term economic gain from large-scale logging and conversion to monoculture plantations. But what might an orangutan consider the chances that his human cousins will set aside their differences and work together to save his lowland forest home?